All right, so we are in geometry. Today's date is Monday, October 21st, 2019. We are on our brand new unit, Introduction to Transformations is our lesson name. Everything is transformations. So I just want to introduce you to the transformations, then we're going to play a fun computer game. Our objective for today, Jessica. There it is. Thank you. I'll take your card. All right, so we have some vocab to get us started. Do we need that fan on? Can we turn it off? It's kind of noisy.
It's kind of hot in here, but it's kind of hot in here.
Okay, you can leave it on. So let's start with some vocab. So there are two words that you really need to know today, source and image. So source is the points before a transformation is applied. So it's the thing that you're starting with, which makes sense. The source is the thing that you're starting with, right? So far, so good. And we don't need laptops open for this. Everyone's laptop should be shut. What about an image? Quiet raised hand. It's the points, Andres?
After.
It is indeed after a transformation is applied. I'm not going to be using the word source that often, but I am going to be using this word image over and over and over again. And when I say image, I don't want you to think, oh, Mr. Sindel is talking about a painting, a photograph. No, it's the thing after some transformation has been applied. Even in our objective today, I'm using the word image. How are we creating the image? We're applying a transformation to the source. So let me talk about how to do the notation really quickly. So if I have a source and I apply some transformation like a rotation or a reflection, a dilation, something, I'm going to turn this A into an A prime. Write it down. The way that I say this is A prime. If I had some triangle and that triangle was ZYX, if I want to find the image after the transformation, it will be triangle. Does anyone want to take a guess at it? Triangle. Quiet raised hand. Sergio?
ZYX prime.
Good guess. It's Z prime, Y prime, X prime. Thank you, Sergio. You still get your 50 XP. Our game warden is on it.
Can you do like parentheses and then put prime?
Normally we don't do that in mathematics. I understand that that kind of makes sense distributing the prime, but we want to write it like this.
That's correct.
No. It's a good idea. The way that we say this is triangle. Triangle Z prime, Y prime, X prime. A lot to squeeze in there. So far, so good. Who wants to take a guess at how to say the image, or how to even write the image of line segment PQ? If I apply some transformation, what is the image? Quiet raised hand. Who's got this? Andres has his card. Do you have your card?
Yeah.
All right, Andres.
So line segment P prime and Q prime.
It is P prime, Q prime. And I'll write it down for you as well. Line segment P prime, Q prime. Thank you, Andres. I know you like to keep your cards, so I'm going to come collect it from you. Let's not talk about drugs in my classroom, please. And Gunnar, if you do have that, don't.
Where's your jersey, Mr. Sindel? You're against drugs.
I think we're making jerseys out of paper today, if I'm correct.
Paper.
No? Are we supposed to wear actual jerseys?
Yeah.
I did not get that memo.
It's on like the hallway or like a bunch of
No.
posters around.
I should put that up on the website. All right, so here are your 4 transformations. Again, they are in the objective. Here they are in a picture. The first one, you have 4 choices. Look at your objective, Eder Hood. Take a guess. What type of transformation is shown in the top left graph, that first graph? Is there a quiet raised hand who can guess the transformation? It's either a translation. Fernando, you don't need your laptop open. Julian.
Translation.
It is indeed a translation. Everyone write it down. This is a translation. Because I've moved from here to there. Another word for translation is the word move. I'm going to put that in quotes because that's the one I don't officially use, but if you want to think of a translation as just a move, that's awesome. You need to know this word translation for our activity today. You're going to be able to use this word, translation. All right, what about this one on the top right? I'm going to call that the second one. What do you think is happening here, Jose? It is indeed a rotation. And there's no better word I can use for rotation. Maybe you like the word twist. But I'm rotating, and technically I was rotating around this origin. Normally we're rotating around the origin, but sometimes we can be rotating around any point that we want. And when I move by this vector. There's too much talking right now. Whenever I have a translation, I usually have a translation by some vector, which means I have an arrow. All right, bottom left. Can anyone guess? You have two to choose from. Jenny. It is indeed a reflection. I cannot spell. Reflection. Whenever you have a reflection, you should be reflecting over some line. The line that you're reflecting over here, it's halfway in between both of them. You're reflecting over that line approximately. Another word, if you don't like the word reflect, is mirror.
Mirroration.
Mirror, mirror, who's on the wall? This triangle is on the wall. So, we have the word mirror. And finally, easy XP, it's by process of elimination. That's not your card. Gunner. Gunner.
It's like dilation or something like that.
It is a dilation or something like that.
Or like expandation, you know?
A dilation has two words that I like to associate with it, which is grow and shrink. Grow/shrink. I do not want to hear you using words like grow and shrink today. I want you to be using the word dilate or dilation, reflection or reflect, translation or translate, rotation or rotate. Those are the key words I want you to be using today. All right, we have some really easy examples on the back.
Wait, Mr. Snow, can you go a little bit more up? Or just to the... Okay, that's the move, okay. Translation.
Translation or move, rotation or twist. The official word is not in quotes. Gunner, please turn in your card and then sit down. All right, we're moving on to the back. So our first example. How do you think we got from A to B? What operation, what single transformation did we do to get from A to B? Quiet raised hand. Quiet raised hand. Josie. It is indeed a dilation because it shrunk. Nice and easy. It's a dilation. Is there a question? All right, number 2, Sergio. Ooh, number 2 is a tricky. It's actually not a reflection. Okay, hold on. I need everyone to pay attention. I need everyone to pay attention to this one because this is the most tricky question of them all. It is not a reflection because if it was a reflection, this point would have been right here. It would have been reflected over here. So it's not a reflection. Sergio, do you want to take another guess?
I'll give it to Ed.
Eder, yeah, go for it. It is indeed a rotation. Thank you, Eder. And our game warden is getting all of these participation points. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, Fernando, number 3, what is this? This one is indeed a reflection. And you can see if there is a mirror, it goes from this point down to this point. It makes sense.
It doesn't make sense.
It does not? Which one doesn't make sense, 3 or 2? 3 doesn't make sense? Like if you saw yourself in the mirror, it would be mirrored the other way? It's neither concave nor convex mirror. It's just a linear mirror. All right, that concludes the notes. Thank you.